Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a B2B professional in the polymer and plastics industry and you're hunting for that next massive leap in growth, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're breaking down a frankly monumental opportunity to expand your business way beyond current borders. We're looking at a market that is quite literally hungry for raw materials, advanced processing tech, and machinery. It's an emerging landscape with immense potential, and getting in early, well, that could completely transform your company's revenue trajectory. So grab a coffee and get ready, because we are unpacking the strategic prospectus for Central Asia Plast World 2027. Okay, let's quickly dive into our strategic roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. The Central Asian opportunity, 2. Why Kazakhstan matters right now, 3. The Indian exhibitor advantage, 4. Central Asia Plast World 2027, 5. The proven success at Surat 2026, and finally 6. Your trusted booking partner. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the Central Asian opportunity, and explore this massive, untapped potential. For the longest time, a lot of Indian manufacturers have leaned pretty heavily on traditional export markets. But let's be honest, we're seeing plateauing growth there. The competition is saturated, and those margins, they're shrinking. But if you pivot your focus to the CIS region, you're looking at massive, emerging bazaars. By tapping into this network, you are getting access to a highly interconnected hub. We're talking Uzbekistan, Russia, Georgia, Armenia, Kyrgyzstan, and more. It's a multi-country access point that provides a scale of opportunity those traditional markets just cannot match right now. The growth curve here is incredibly steep, and the urgency to get your brand out there is very real. So, within that giant network, where's the actual epicenter? That brings us to Section 2, why Kazakhstan matters now. It is the ultimate strategic business hub. Now, what's really interesting here is what's driving this. Kazakhstan is being powered by some unbelievable economic growth engines right now. And we're not talking about speculative growth. They are undergoing rapid, real-world industrial and infrastructure development. To put that into perspective, entire new manufacturing zones and logistics corridors are springing up in record time just to link Asia and Europe. And that's triggered an absolute boom in their packaging and construction sectors. Add in a rapidly expanding automotive industry, and what does this mean for you? It means their domestic supply chain literally cannot keep up. We're seeing imports of polymer raw materials, advanced plastics processing solutions, and cutting-edge tech skyrocketing. Kazakhstan is the undisputed gateway, and for the plastics industry today, it's an absolute goldmine. Which perfectly sets up Section 3, the Indian exhibitor advantage, and how you can step in to fulfill this explosive local demand. Honestly, there is a brilliant product market fit happening here. On the raw materials side, Kazakhstan is aggressively importing PP, PE, PVC, PET, and various engineering plastics. But simultaneously, they desperately need the processing technologies to actually do something with those materials. Stuff like injection molding machinery, extrusion lines, recycling tech, and automation solutions. And guess what? Indian suppliers are global leaders in these exact categories. You have the high-quality raw materials and the robust, cost-effective machinery they want to buy. By stepping into this market, you get to bypass all those saturated spaces and directly answer a massive, localized demand. So, how do you actually make the connection and get in front of these buyers? Let's look at Section 4, Central Asia Plast World 2027, the premier exhibition event for the region. This right here is the premier platform to capture this market. And what makes it truly special isn't just the sheer number of attendees, it's the incredibly high caliber of the visitors. You aren't just handing out brochures to window shoppers. No way. You're getting direct face time with genuine key decision makers, CEOs, procurement managers, plant heads, plastic converters, and major packaging manufacturers. These are the actual people who sign the import contracts and purchase orders. You're putting your tech and your materials right in front of the exact people who have the immediate budget and the mandate to buy. Now, it's one thing to hype up an upcoming opportunity, but let's move to Section 5 and look at some hard proof. Proven success, Surat 2026. This is all about data-driven credibility. To really wrap our heads around the power of the platform being built for 2027, we just have to look at the massive success of the 4th edition of Plast Show Surat back in April 2026. That event, which was strongly backed and promoted by Polymer Bazaar, brought in a staggering footfall of over 15,000 industry visitors. And this wasn't just a random crowd. It was a highly targeted, business-oriented networking phenomenon. It absolutely proves that when Polymer Bazaar is involved as a partner, they bring serious, highly qualified buyers right to the floor. When you are taking your business across borders, having a top-tier management team behind you is basically non-negotiable. The leadership and organization behind Surat 2026 established a serious standard of prestige and scale. You need that assurance, the confidence that your delegation partners have a proven track record of executing flawless international trade shows. That pedigree is exactly what turns a standard exhibition into a highly lucrative international venture for your business. And the hard metrics from Surat 2026 really speak for themselves. We're talking about an event scale featuring over 200 participating brands and more than 150 leading Indian exhibitors. But here's the crucial part. There were over 150 live machinery demonstrations, including dedicated recycling plant setups. That means real, functioning technology was right there on display, generating significant on-the-spot orders and kicking off serious ongoing negotiations. That exact blueprint for business generation, that's what's being scaled up and taken straight to Central Asia Plast World 2027.
Which brings us to our final strategic point in Section 6, your trusted booking partner, a true global trade facilitator. Polymer Bazaar's global expansion proves they aren't just localized to India. They coordinate VIP delegations worldwide, like their upcoming trip to Plastpol 2026 in Poland. They're true international trade facilitators, and most importantly for you, they are the officially appointed space booking agent for Central Asia Plast World 2027, meaning they are your direct, trusted conduit into this international market. So how do you take action right now? It's an incredibly simple three-step process. Step 1. Strategically commit to targeting the highly lucrative Kazakhstan and wider CIS market. Step 2. Decide exactly which of your expert-ready machinery lines or polymer materials you want to put in front of these international buyers. And Step 3. Contact Polymer Bazaar immediately to secure your prime exhibition space. Honestly, stall locations at premier international shows are fiercely competitive, and the prime real estate goes incredibly fast. You really need to act with high urgency on this.
Look, entering a new international market can feel complex, but you don't have to do it alone. Polymer Bazaar brings deep market intelligence, proven logistical expertise, and an unwavering focus on generating actual profit for their exhibitors. They operate on one very clear motto: price, prediction, profit. They are exactly the kind of experienced partner you want guiding your international ROI.
I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Look at the trajectory. Look at the data. Look at the undisputed demand pouring out of the CIS region right now. The gateway is wide open, and the buyers are going to be waiting at Central Asia Plast World 2027. The question isn't really whether you should expand. The question is, can your business truly afford to miss out on Central Asia's massive polymer expansion while your competitors move in? If the answer's no, then it's time to make your move. Reach out to Polymer Bazaar and claim your space in the future of the global plastics industry. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, here's to your next big global expansion.